Picking up on yesterday's theme of goal setting, and I said today I wanted to maybe talk about it in a little bit more detail. And I think today what I want to talk about is really how you go about setting your goals and what the driving factors are. And I think sometimes we have bad experiences when setting goals because all too often we find that we're unable to achieve them. And the impact on that when you're unable to achieve a goal is it has a negative impact. Makes you feel like actually what's the point? I never seem to reach or attain the goals that I set. It just seems to be a pointless exercise. And I think what you need to do is start to take a view on what it is that you can actually achieve. And I dare say many of you will have heard about the SMART goal setting. And SMART goal setting is the first step to making sure that what it is that you want to achieve is achievable. So SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, results orientated and time based. So how specific are you about what it is you want to achieve? What is the clarity that you set yourself in terms of the actual goal itself? What does it look like? What is it you want to achieve? How specific can you be? And the detail here, the fine detail, can make a big difference. What about the measurement in terms of achieving the goal? How do you measure the success in terms of actually achieving what it is that you want to achieve? What are the measurables? Is it a financial measurable? Is it on productivity? Is it time based? Is it achievable? I'm not a fan of the word realistic. We've got to set a goal that's realistic, but actually in this context, can you achieve the goal? If your goal in the next 90 days is to go and plonk yourself on the moon, then that's clearly not achievable. So is the goal achievable? Can you actually set out on that path and achieve that goal? And a word of caution here is you do need to stretch yourself. There is no doubt in my mind that this isn't about massaging your own ego. And certainly as a coach, I don't go around massaging my clients' egos. And there is stretch. You've got to push yourself that little bit further to achieve the goal, to make it worthwhile. So what about results orientated? And the point that I highlight here is when you start thinking about what the goal is in specific terms, what does it lead to? What's the ongoing results of you achieving this goal? When you start to think about your long-term, or indeed your medium-term and then long-term aspirations, does this goal take you a step closer to achieving those long-term goals and aspirations? Is it part of the journey to achieving your long-term vision? And the last piece on this one is it time-based? And what I mean by that is, have you set yourself parameters, time parameters of when it needs to be achieved? It's no good setting an open door and this is what we're going to achieve. And this is why we have the 90-day goal setting sessions. This is why we have the 90-day planning club, growth club, where we actually challenge our business owners to come up with a series of goals that they're going to achieve in that 90 days. And then when we synthesize that down, it actually leads to a whole host, a number of different goals towards achieving that one. But the interesting point is that we're all on a time scale, whether it's on week 2, week 3, week 7 that you achieve a certain criteria, a certain goal, it all then leads towards the overall goal for that quarter. So, SMART goal principles, well worth thinking about and starting to set your goals accordingly. Let's pick up on this thread of goal setting. It's the quarterly planning seasons, shall we say. This is the end of quarter 1 for us and the start of quarter 2 for the businesses that we're working with. And indeed, as I mentioned yesterday, I did a good session with our BNI group this morning in terms of setting our goals and agenda for the next 90 days. So think smart when you're setting your goals. Till tomorrow, have a great evening.